The PLL All-Star Game rosters are out, and boy do I have some questions. How is my man Zach Currier not a starter? I think you could easily argue he's on a short list of the best players in the world. Get how crazy this is. He's top 10 in the PLL in points and ground balls, and top 20 in caused turnovers, and he's a midi. But let's remember, the All-Star Game is a fan vote, so that means that the league didn't really have to do with the selection process. It was the fans' decision. It was us. But it does make you think, should the PLL do half fan vote, half league vote to make things more fair? I also saw a lot of people commenting about Kyle Harrison being selected, but I'm super happy with it. It's his last year playing pro lacrosse. Don't you want to see him one more time in the All-Star Game? There was also plenty of chatter about defense. Jared Newman is a starter, but a lot of people were saying that Graham Hosick should be there instead. And many were questioning where Michael Rexroad was after holding Lyle Thompson to 0 goals and being top 5 in the league in caused turnovers. And personally, one of my favorite players, Ryan Brown, didn't make the All-Star Game even though he's one of the best shooters in the world. I don't know, man. And since then, there's been an update that a ton of players are on the injured list, including Blaze Reardon, one of the captains who drafted the team. So depending on when you're watching this video, rosters might have changed significantly. But most of the talk was about how the All-Star Game is a popularity contest. But in some ways, that could be a good thing. More popular players means more viewers, which means more money, which means more opportunity for pro lacrosse down the road. So the PLL is kind of facing a difficult decision here. They want to showcase the best talent, but they also want to make the most money. What do you think about all this? But there's more than just PLL news. Deerfield finished #1 in the Inside Lacrosse High School rankings, making them the IL 2021 High School National Champion. Deerfield went undefeated this season and dominated their opponents, but an interesting controversy came up. Deerfield has several post-grads on the team, which are players who already graduated high school but are taking an extra year before college. Plenty of other high school teams have these guys too, but most of these post-grads are older and more experienced, and some can be 19 or even 20 years old. So some were calling into question, should a high school team with these post-grads be compared on the same level to high schools without them? To be honest, I don't know how I feel about this. So let me know what you think and I'll decide my opinion. Also, check out this clip I saw on Washed Up Lax Bros. This super nice Bentley parked right next to a lacrosse field. And well, you see what happened. It must have been that parent's first lacrosse tournament, because that's a rookie mistake. Parking right next to the inline of a middle school lacrosse tournament, not the brightest move. And by the way, this is episode #1 of Lax This Week. Every Wednesday, I want to give you a recap of everything you need to know in lacrosse and take you behind the scenes of Lax Weekly. Let me know if you like this series, and if you do, you'll be getting one every Wednesday. More news, USA Lacrosse is starting their first ever training event for Sixes Lacrosse. This is a new type of lacrosse with a smaller field and only 6 players. With fewer players, this gives the opportunity for more countries with less developed lacrosse and less money to participate. This ultimately means a better chance for lacrosse to be in the Olympics, and you can see a Sixes game being played here. Some people are arguing that this isn't even lacrosse. They say it's a different game. Although I do think it is different, anything to get lacrosse in the Olympics is good in my opinion. Sure, people might be watching a different version of the sport, but I can't imagine that it's gonna hurt. But like I've said a million times, what do you think? Okay, let's do some rapid fire Q&A. I posted on my Instagram for y'all to ask me anything. Okay, Gifford asked, how many likes for you to get a buzz cut? I don't know, man. I kind of like the long hair. I think I'm gonna keep it for a while. Okay, Andy says, favorite video? Okay, it took forever to make, but I love making the greatest lacrosse game ever documentary. It was something I wanted to do for so long, and finally it just came together, and I was super happy with the way it turned out. Okay, That Kid Tuna says, go to plain drink. Come on, there's only one right answer. It's ginger ale. Okay, Kay says, do you have a high school highlight tape? The answer is yes, I have quite a few. I think it would be super fun in the future to make a video where I react to my own high school tape. I can't wait to absolutely roast myself. And Tylax1K says, do you plan on making any Lax Weekly merchandise? The answer is yes. I'll be releasing some shirts very soon. Check out the link in the description and I'll email you when everything's ready. This next segment is called the Weekly Focus, and this is a lacrosse player who I think you should study and learn more about if you want to become a better lacrosse player. #1 is a rising freshman named Eric Spanos. You simply have to go check out this man's highlight reel. He's one of the most talented high school lacrosse players that I've seen in a while, and this guy can do it all. If you're a young attackman looking to become better, your mandatory homework is watching Spanos. Break down his dodges. How did he get past his defender? And I'm cheating, but my second Weekly Focus goes to JD Colarusso of the Atlas Lacrosse Club. Last summer, he was a reserve goalie in the PLL bubble, meaning that he had to quarantine for a month, but didn't get to actually play in any games. Well, this season, he got his chance, and he stepped up huge for the Atlas with their starter starter Jack and Cannon out. This is a good reminder to any lacrosse player that if you don't feel like you're getting enough playing time or not making progress as fast as you want to, keep going. You really don't know when your opportunity will come. Anyways, that's Lax This Week, episode 1. Let me know what you think. I'm Jake with Lax Weekly. I'll see you next time.